This is Karen Stein with a Yoga Vinyasa flow. Standing at the top of the mat, taking a few breaths, centering the self, feeling the balance between the right and the left feet, and lifting up through the core. Inhale, exhale, coming down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Bringing the right foot, then the left foot back, chaturanga. Inhale, lifting to upward dog. Exhale, hips back, toes under, downward dog. 5 breaths here. Bend the knees. If you'd like, walk the dog. Tractioning the hands, feeling the length in the spine. Inhale, bringing the right foot between the 2 feet. Straightening the back. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Arms up, hands to prayer. Anahata chakra. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, straightening the spine, lengthening the spine. Exhale, right foot back, then left. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, down, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Bringing the heels towards the floor. Bending the legs alternately. 5 breaths. Inhale, bringing the left foot, then the right foot forward. Taking a breath, forward fold. Inhale, coming back up to standing, and exhale. Inhale, lifting up, number 3, looking up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Stepping the right foot, then the left foot back, high plank to chaturanga. Inhale, coming up to upward dog, and then bringing the hips back, lowering the heels, downward dog. Lengthening the spine, pushing through the palms of the hands, widening the space between the fingers. Inhale, bringing the right foot, then left foot forward to the top of the mat. And coming up, inhale to standing, exhale to center. 2 more. Sun Salutation A, Ashtanga series. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, lowering. Uttanasana, Uttanasana, forward fold. High plank. Lowering down, upward dog to downward dog. 5 breaths here. We're stepping forward, Sun Salutation B. Into Warrior 1, coming back. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Bringing the right foot forward this time. In between the hands. And pushing up into upward facing dog. Warrior 1, and coming down, upward facing dog, pushing back to downward dog. 5 breaths here. Just doing 1 more. Sun Salutation B, integrating the Warrior 1. Inhale, stepping the right foot, then left foot forward, forward fold. Exhale, inhale, coming up. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping the right foot, then left foot back, high plank. Upward dog to downward dog. Stepping the right foot in between the feet and pushing to upward to Warrior 1, coming back down. So that's in 1 breath, exhaling down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, Warrior 1. Exhale. Inhale, coming out of warrior one. Lowering to the floor. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. 5 breaths in downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Stretches the whole body. Stepping with the left foot, then right foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, coming to chair pose. And back to Tadasana, mountain pose. And taking a moment with the hands in prayer at the heart chakra. Inhale, exhaling down to a static chair pose. So bending the knees, raising the hands upwards. Exhale, hinging from the hips forward to a Uttanasana, forward fold. Grasping the big toes with the first 2 fingers. Allowing for a slight bend in the knee. Feeling the torso draping over the legs. And then if you want to challenge yourself, you can also bring the palms under the feet and palms up. So you're standing on your feet. I'm standing on your hands essentially. And coming out of the pose, taking a few breaths, lengthening the spine, stepping back into a lunge. So stepping the right foot back, the left foot is forward, making sure to maintain that 90-degree angle of the shin. You can bring a blanket under the back leg. We can also bring the knee, come off of the knee to challenge ourselves. And stepping forward, forward fold. Deep breathing. And coming up again into chair. 5 breaths. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Stepping the left foot, the opposite leg back. Lowering that knee down, bringing a blanket under the knee for support if needed. And just taking a few breaths here in a low lunge. Coming up off that knee, challenging, more challenging option. And then slowly coming back into a high plank, holding here. Don't hold the breath, just hold the body. Lowering the knees down, resting into child's pose. Bringing the forehead to the mat. Releasing into the asana. Letting go. Inhale, coming up. And taking a minute here. Sitting on the heels. Rolling the shoulders backwards a few times. And reversing the roll, coming forwards. Inhale as you raise them up. Exhale as you release. And bringing the right hand back behind you, using the left hand against the right knee to enhance the twist. 5 breaths. Coming back to center. Inhale. Centering the self. Exhale, reaching back behind you with the opposite arm. Using that right hand for leverage against the left knee. And coming back to center. And we're just going to bring our feet out from under us. Coming into staff pose. Using the hands to ground ourselves through our hip bones, through our sit bones. Inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, coming down into Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Grabbing the feet, the ankles or the shins. Breathing deep. Releasing any tightness, any tension in the body, in the backs of the legs. Inhale, coming back to staff pose. And bringing the right foot to the inner part of the left thigh. And coming down, grasping that ankle, the left ankle or the left toe. Janu Shirshasana A. Inhale, coming back to center, and the opposite foot, sole of the foot to the inner thigh of the right leg. And grabbing the right toe, the right ankle. Positioning the body so that it's coming down over the right leg. And just breathe. And inhale, coming back to center. Coming into butterfly, so bringing the soles of the feet together. Releasing the legs down towards the floor. And I'm going to bring the right foot into the left hip and then bring the left leg over, entering the twist. So the left hand goes behind you and the right elbow to the left knee. Inhale back to center, back to staff pose. Taking a few breaths to center the self. And then bringing the left foot into the right hip and the right leg crossing over, using the left elbow against the right knee as leverage to increase the twist. Breathe. And coming back to center, unwrapping the legs, slowly lowering the body, keeping the knees bent, using the hands for support, coming onto the elbows, lowering yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae, and letting the knees gently fall together. Take a breath. Position the heels slightly away from the hip bones, the sacrum. palms facing up, constructive breath pose, few breaths here. Feeling the floor beneath you. Breathing, releasing. Releasing the psoas, the hip flexors. And then we're going to bring the knees apart. Bring the palms facing down. And on the inhale, lifting the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, grasping the fingers, interlacing the fingers under the torso, under the back. You can even come on up onto the shoulders a little bit, so rolling the shoulders under you, making sure to keep the feet pointed forward. Breathing, arching the spine. Exhale, come down. Then tuck the knees into the chest. You can gently rock from side to side if you'd like, or remain still. Releasing the lower back. And then releasing the right leg. Taking the left leg and bringing it across the body into a twist. Making sure to not lift the right shoulder off the floor and gazing over the left shoulder. Looking at the middle finger, the nail of the middle finger as your drishti or gazing point. Inhale, bringing the legs back to center, knees to chest, rocking back and forth. And then slowly lowering the left leg, bringing the right leg across the body, and using the left hand to gently push that knee down across the body. And then again, being careful not to lift the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bending the knees, cactusing the arms, and rocking the knees gently and slowly from side to side. Conscious, slow movement, mobilizing the lower back. And then holding the twist. You can bring your knees up to intensify the twist, or bring them back down if it's too intense. Not lifting the right shoulder, keeping both shoulders flat on the floor. Gazing over the left shoulder. Inhale, switching sides, and exhale, entering the twist. Bringing both legs to the opposite side. Looking over the right shoulder, keeping the left shoulder grounded. Inhale back to center. And we're just going to bring the hips up. The feet are going to be above you. You're going to be looking out towards the toes. If that's a little challenging, we can use a bolster to enter into this Vipariti Karani, or the legs up the wall. You could use a wall for support. So just bringing the feet and the legs up at a 90-degree angle with a slight boost of the bolster under your hips. And this is just good for your circulation in the legs, to the lower abdominal region, and all of the internal organs, important organs in that area. The blood and the lymph flow downwards. fluids can tend to stagnate when we're on our feet a lot. So this is a good posture to practice if you don't have a lot of time. And again, you can use the wall for support. And you can use your hands as well. You don't need the bolster. I'm using the wall here for your feet. And eventually we want to lift further up until we enter shoulder stand, which looks a little bit something like that. And exhale, this is a more advanced posture, so only do this if you've practiced it before. And coming out, lowering the legs onto the bolster or onto a chair, palms facing up. Feeling the support of the earth. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, just relax and to be in the moment. And we'll just do a brief body scan. So bringing our attention down to the toes, and you can just give a little wiggle. Feel all of the toes relaxing, the soles of the feet, and giving thanks and gratitude to our feet, sending love. Bringing the attention to the ankles and the calves, the delicate knee, very delicate knee joints. And then moving up the legs to the hips and the sacrum. Feeling the rise of the belly on the inhale, the fall of the belly on the exhale. Feeling the lungs fill with air and expand. And feeling the diaphragm lowering on the inhale, and then on the exhale, feeling the lungs contract as the air leaves the body. And the diaphragm comes up. Pushing the air outwards. And just honoring the natural processes of the body, breathing and the heartbeat that we sometimes don't notice or we take for granted. And giving the body time to rest. And then when you're ready, we'll introduce some movement. Rolling on to the left side, taking our time, coming out of the posture. Coming out of Shavasana. And coming up to a comfortable seated position, either on a bolster or a pillow, into easy pose. And bringing the hands down to the thighs. And just taking a few moments here to absorb the benefits of the practice, watching the breath. Noticing the body feels different, the mind feels different. Appreciating having the capabilities to practice, having the time to take for ourselves, to look within, to quiet the mind. We can do a minute pranayama, nadi shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So taking the thumb, closing the right nostril, inhale through the left, and then closing the left nostril, exhale through the right, inhaling through the right, using the thumb to close the right nostril, exhale through the left, inhale through the left, and using the ring finger to close the left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, and then close the right nostril, exhale through the left nostril, inhale through the left, closing the left nostril, exhale through the right, using the thumb, close the right nostril, inhale through the left, and closing the left, exhale through the right. Just continuing at your own pace. Nadi shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, balancing the nadis, opening the nadis, the energy flow pathways, including the Ida, the right and the left energy channels that run along the spine and the central channel. Coming back to center, giving thanks, reminding ourselves to always practice gratitude. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to joining you again in another practice. And feel free to sit in this meditation. Namaste.